training session 2. Thank the Lord for how Tony opened it up, just in the midst of saying what he said and then giving you the opportunity to have a response. For those of you that did, thank the Lord. You can really say that in that place. You should be able to say that today you're thankful, because in what you said on today, you had an experience before, and that made you grateful. Amen. That now you can be able to say that you're thankful. And everything, just like he said, it is going to go together. Last week, we were I dealt with the release, and then I talked about relationships. And then I talked about the ones that I use myself as an example, and I talked about a relationship that I created. And whenever you create relationships, then that tells you that you have put the person that you're in the relationship with, you have put feelings, emotions, love, your way. You have put everything that you desire from that person in that relationship, in that person. And that person may not even have the understanding that that's where you placed them. So I wanted to say, just to pick that back up this morning, it's not going to be about the relationship that we create concerning others. This morning I want to talk and let you know that there are some relationships that have been created for us. Amen. And then there's some relationships that you yourself have created. So I don't want to talk on this morning about the ones that you created, because when I'm finished this session, hopefully we will get from this that you have in you what you need to receive the relationship that God has created for us all. And the first thing that we're going to have to do is, and it may be repetitious, but I have to go back to this place, because this morning you're going to have to accept the place. And the place this morning is the state of mind in which you're in. And the state of mind being everything that you know up until this point, everything that you have experienced up until this point, and what you have really experienced is the most current thing that you have actually brought inside with you in your mind today, whenever you came to this training session. So we all have something in us that we're wondering about, we're worried about, you're pondering in your heart about, or something that you think that you're going to be faced with. That's the place, that's the state of mind that you're in right now. And I just want you to be able to accept that. To say, yes, this is the way I feel. Yes, this is what I'm believing right now. Yes, this is what I've already gone through. But this is what's in me right now. And what I'm telling you, the reason why I'm telling you to do this is because this is not an exercise, but everybody's going to have to be an active participant in this. So everybody's going to have to really come to grips with yourself to say, okay, I accept who I am, where I am in life right now. I'll give you about 5 seconds to grip that. So now that you've thought about where you are in your life, in you, and everything that you have going on the inside of you concerning life or even concerning others, now we're going to move on. This morning, the relationship that I want to deal with is how we relate to ourselves. It's not about nobody else this morning. It's about you. How you deal with you. What do you know about you? Same as for me. It's about me. What I know about me. What I can believe, what I can receive about me. The same thing goes for you. This is where we are this morning. And I promise you, all these other created relationships, all these other relationships that we're in, friendships, relationships, whatever type of ship you're in on this morning, the only thing I'm trying to tell you is that it will never be what God called it to be until we first can have a relationship with ourselves. Mm-hmm. We expect people to treat us a certain way, to do certain things for us, to say or to be for us whatever we need in different places. But guess what? They will never be able to be that to us or to be those things for us if we first do not know who we are. If we first cannot relate to ourselves. if we first cannot, and it's key this morning, look inside of you today. Everybody, look inside yourself today. The reason why you give the response that you give to the things that come at you is because you, in some places, will not be truthful with yourself.
Amen.
The reason why you give the response that you give to certain situations and circumstances that come at you is because you don't relate to yourself in truth.
Amen.
And what we want people to perceive us. We want people to treat us a particular way, when yet we ourselves have not even dealt with
Oh
ourselves.
my God. Amen.
So this morning, this is really real. Before we can have anything that we believe and understand what good is to be, to say what God has given, we first got to know that God has given to each and every one of us our own mind, our own will. And upon saying that, my prayer on this week, as I was talking with Tony, I told him, I said, I prayed and I asked God, God, make me better.
Amen.
See, now you got to be careful the things that you ask the Lord.
That's right.
Because, see, you don't know what it's going to take to fulfill that request.
That's right.
See, whereas I may have been having, minimal difficulties dealing with people, the heat is getting ready to be turned up.
My God, who's on you?
But see, I thank God for that because I already have that knowledge.
Amen.
I already know. Lord, make me better.
Yes, Lord.
You know what? You know why I could ask God to do that? Not just for me,
Right.
but God, so that I can treat others better.
That's right. Amen.
So that in humanity,
That's it.
I can allow the humans, I can give unto them what I want to receive.
Amen.
And I want to be able to keep my dignity
Amen.
and to be able to let them keep theirs.
That's right.
So God, I already understand. In order for that to come to pass, God, make me better.
Amen.
Make me better than what I already am. At this point, I want everybody to inhale real deep. And I want you to hold it for about 3 seconds. Then I want you to let it out. See, I said we're going to do some inhale and exhales. And that's just because whenever you say something is good, whenever you can shake your head and I can see you like, yeah, I'm there, I'm going to ask you to inhale in that place. So that what you're amening or shaking your head about, I'm praying that it'll be able to stay in you.
That's right. That's
And it'll be able to work
Amen.
the work that you have agreed to. It's all right. You got to, see, before we can start dealing with others as we would like to be dealt with, we have to be able to understand that we have to take people, take whatever it is, see what it is, know what it is, and take it for what it's worth.
Right.
Don't you put value on something no more than what you're willing to offer back to it.
All right. I know that's right.
So you just, whatever it is, you have a saying, it is what it is. But no, you have to see it for what it is. And don't make no more of it than what it is. We have a tendency to make more or to add more because we want more.
Amen.
So then we offer up more than what we're willing to give. And then in that place, at the end, you get hurt. You get hurt behind that. Because you have put out more than what the other was willing to give. And in saying that, it keeps us from actually seriously walking out our purpose. A lot of people want to hear what others have to tell you, what man have to tell you about you. Everybody's looking, in other words, everybody's looking for a word.
That's right.
Everybody want to hear something, and the word that you hear, you take that, and if it's something good, you'll want to keep that. And then the next thing, you know, the next place you go, the next thing happens, you know, you're still looking for another word. When you have not even believed the first word that you received, and you're able to walk that word out. So a word, I mean, you have to know your potential, and you have to know your purpose. And you really have to know that the treatment that you give to others and the treatment that you receive from others, it first starts with you being able to relate to who you are.
Amen.
See, because when you know yourself, then nobody else on the outside can come and change you and make you into who they want you to be.
Right.
Because you've already found out who you
All
were.
right. All right.
And whenever you know yourself, listen, last week, Tony was telling us about corrective action. And this week, it was so good for me. Because whenever the Lord was really downloading this here into me, I thought about it. Corrective action. Corrective action. Corrective action. Corrective action. Look, it's on the inside. What's needed to correct whatever it is that's on the outside of you and what's coming at you, it's already on the inside of you. And you know what that is? That's how you can relate to yourself first in truth. The corrective action is truth on the inside. And what God already told us all, He already told us that this is His desire from us. And if God said He desired truth, He already told us where the truth was. He said the truth was on the inside. Truth lives on the inside of each and every one of us.
Amen.
Whether you will relate to yourself in truth is another story.
Oh my God.
And when you can't come to the truth to yourself, then you can believe a lie that everybody else tell you on the outside.
Amen.
But the corrective action that when a lie comes, when you have truth within and you've already dealt with yourself and know who you are, then you can easily discern the lie. You can discern the lie. You can discern unfaithfulness. You can discern all of that. Why? Because you first had to look on the inside. You had to deal with all those things concerning you first.
My God from Zion.
You have to first deal with you and everything. Because everything that come at us is just what's in us. Uh-oh.
Right.
That's right.
Uh-oh.
That's right.
But within us lies corrective action, which is truth.
Amen. Oh my God.
And so while these things are coming at us, it was sent at us to work out of us, to cause us to have to look inside ourselves. And it's showing us, you know, whether we are complete or whether we still got a ways to go.
Ways to go. Amen.
And 10 times out of 10, you know, we still have a ways to go. Oh, inhale. Let it out. Inside of us with corrective action in truth, we have the power. That power is to speak those things. Not that it's not. And it's not even dealing with the word. But this power right here that I'm talking about, it'll allow you from the inside. See, you can stand firm in this because you already know who you are. And nothing that's coming at you can take this away from you. You'll have the strength. You even have longevity. You can take a whole, you know, your fuse won't be short. You know, you won't have to, you know, pop off. All these other terms that they're using, you don't have to snap off. You don't have to pop off on somebody. You don't have to get 238. You don't have to get all this stuff that people be talking about. Because what lies in us is a part of us, and we've come to that in truth, and we looked on the inside of ourselves, then the progression, we don't have to stay in that place. We can deal with that situation, deal with the humanity. We can leave people with dignity. Amen. Our spirituality will be able to get more, gain more in God. You know? But for all of this, it takes us to look on the inside. It really do. And the way you're going to treat everybody else is how you're going to relate to yourself
That's right.
in truth. If you can tell yourself lies, you'll tell other people lies.
Oh my God. That's so true.
And as I said on last week, and for those that weren't here, we were dealing with how many more days we have till the 1st. And the things that we won't, God is already, God's going to bless his people in 2018. We're going to be putting on some things. We're going to put on some things. I mean, because in these, we only got 21 days and a wake up, y'all. We only have 21 days and a wake up. And just, I took something. I'm always taking things from the lessons, not just what I have to say, but I listen to the training sessions, and I'm so glad that I'm able to get things. Whenever Prophet told us I think it was last Sunday, whenever he did with the belt, with the $16, his belt, what it would have probably cost him to go buy a belt. He took that and he offered up that much, unto God. Unto God. So as I was sitting in the office on this morning, and I was making out my offering envelope, it came to me. I said, 21 days. He said, name your offering. Mm-hmm. Name your offering.
Mm-hmm.
I did me a $21 offering. I got 21 days to get this thing right.
All right.
Before I enter in to 2018. Now that's a separate offering from my offering.
Right.
But he said, name your offering. I got 21 days. I do. I have 21 days to see the goodness of God
Thank you, Jesus.
in the land. You know what? One other thing, and I'm going to leave you with this. Whenever you can relate to yourself, you can unarm. You can release a whole lot of people from out of you.
That's
What
right.
they've done, what they've said.
Hey.
Oh my God. And even for the ones that's coming to do you. You know why you can do it then? Because you will have already done yourself.
Hey.
And when you do yourself, trust me, nobody else ain't got nothing nice coming. And what you can do is you can face whatever it is in truth. You are then armed with what you need to unarm the enemy that's before you. It's a good thing to be able, we dress ourselves up, we put on whatever we want to look good in.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing that we never have to put on, just look inside and become acquainted with that. And that's just truth.
All right. Amen.
That's truth. Truth will dress you up.
All right.
Truth, I promise you, truth will dress you up. And then you hear people say that you got a problem telling the truth.
My God.
I don't. And on that, I mean, come on now. Some people don't want to tell the truth because they fear the consequence.
All right.
Inhale.
My God.
No, Mr. Palmer. I say inhale. I didn't tell you say my God. Inhale. Okay. Exhale. Exhale. Okay, that's good. See, because don't try to make me seem like I'm the only one that have lied.
Right.
Come on, that's why I was saying, don't make it seem like, all of us, we're all acquainted with this stuff. Nobody in here have told the truth every day of their life while they live. And some of us still got some more lies to tell. Oh, inhale.
My God.
Exhale. But I'm praying. But I'm praying. God, make me better.
Yes, Lord. In the name
Make
of
me
Jesus.
better. Come on. Because God, I don't want to see that the worst thing you can do is to lie to yourself.
That's it.
Yes.
That's
it.
the worst thing you can do,
Amen.
is to lie to yourself.
Amen.
You start believing.
What you say, Brother Curtis,
And that's the truth.
you better
right
hear
there.
it. Brother Curtis said, when you start lying to yourself, then you start believing your lies.
And that's the worst part.
And that is the worst part.
You start believing what you say.
Because whenever you can believe, that's why I used to say,
Jesus.
a lot of people, they have psyched themselves up to believe that they're saved. A lot of people have really, and so they have taken what salvation is to God and unto God, and they've rewritten the definition for it.
Oh my God.
And they think that God is supposed to accept all of their mess.
Amen.
But see, it wouldn't be that mess if they would look inside themselves first. Because that's the only place where truth is. Truth is on the inside of us all.
Amen. Amen.
And if you can't, and a lot of people don't want to go inside to truth because of the image that they've already portrayed themselves as, the image that they projected themselves to be. And then see now, I love the Lord. You know why? Because it's true. There's nothing that's hid that's not going to be revealed.
Amen. Nothing.
That's true, Hannah?
Yeah, it's true. It's so true. I get it.
There is nothing that's hid. Nothing that you're trying to hide.
Nothing.
No fake life that you're trying to live.
Nothing.
No fake relationships that you're trying to
My
have.
God.
That's not going to be revealed. God is pulling the covers. And you know what? And if you want to see real, go inside and get a relationship with your truth first.
My God.
And when you get a relationship with your truth, God will show you everything false in your midst. He'll show you everything.
Jesus.
He'll expose them all to you.
Yes, He will.
From the preacher
Uh-oh.
to the usher.
To the usher.
That's from the pulpit to the door.
Lord. Yes.
But aren't we glad that God has allowed us to be able to come out and to come into a place where we can deal in reality, we can deal in truth,
Amen.
and God can then help us.
Help. That's right.
He can then help us. And it takes a desire for that. And the only thing God said He desired, He said He desired truth. Our help is in our truth. Your help is in your truth. And you got to understand now, your truth has to line up with what God sees in your heart. Uh-oh, somebody better say something.
Amen.
Your truth has to line up with what God sees in your heart. Because so many people can speak what's right,
Oh my God.
but inside their heart, that's not where right lives.
Right.
Oh my God.
The greatest relationship is the relationship that you have to have with yourself first. And if you can't relate to yourself in truth, then nobody else has anything good coming to them from you.
Amen.
You'll then know how to manipulate people,
Oh my God.
how to deceive people,
Okay.
how to lie to people.
Jesus.
Why? Because you have lied to yourself.
Amen.
You have not been able to see who you are, and be like it was, like we talked about on that old wretched man that I am. Who really thinks that we have already got to the end and now we're ready to be offered up? Inhale. Release. Hold these things. Everything that you had to inhale today, ask God to allow you to hold those things on the inside. Ask Him to allow you to remember these things as you go throughout the week. And I am so grateful. I thank Him for how He allowed Prophet to come up and how he started it. Because see, he didn't know. I like things. That lets us know that we're in the flow with God, you know. And this is just what it is, just what He asked. What did God show you about you this week?
Amen.
What did God show you about somebody else? And then what did God show you about Him? He showed me this week that I'm always able to come to Him in truth. You know what's so good about being able to go to God in truth first? Is because I don't have to worry about you knowing my embarrassment.
Yeah.
Mm.
Glory.
I don't have to worry about you knowing what I did that I'm embarrassed to say that I did. Because in truth, oh my God,
You know, I'm gonna say something. Once you go to God in truth, you're no longer
no
embarrassed.
longer.
No.
So you can tell anybody at that point because you've already taken it to him in truth. So when he comes to them as a testimony.
Amen. And he said, for my people shall never be
ashamed.
ashamed.
That's what he promised us.
Amen.
Amen.
But if you don't go to him in truth first, you'll always wear shame.
Oh my
And
God.
shame will always cause you to blame somebody else.
So
Jesus.
Oh my God. So I do. I thank him that I can always go to him. I thank him that he's always there. And what he showed me about other people is that I have to not judge them, but judge myself.
That's right.
People are doing a whole lot. People are saying a whole lot. But guess what? It's okay. If God is holding me accountable for how I treat you, then he's holding you accountable for how you treat me. So I bless the Lord today. Accept the place. Just a recap. Accept the place. Accept the state of mind. Accept what you're going through. Accept what you're in. Accept what's been done. Accept that place right now. And know that you came to this place today for God to let you know that guess what? If you go inside you, truth is in there about everything that's in you. Go inside you, get the truth, come out victorious. Because whenever you're able to go inside you and get the truth, God then is able, capable to help, to heal. And yes, he is willing. God bless you on your day.